The first debate on Tuesday night was a national security catastrophe, and it wasn't only the countless Americans who watched in dismay as Fat Ass 45 acted more like a child than a competent commander in chief the world was watching. Fat Ass 45's debate disaster not only embarrassed our country, it made each and every one of us feel less safe. At a basic level, Fat Ass 45's debate performance was a metaphor for his failed squadancy, erratic, unhinged, and untruthful. In fact, the only thing that Fat Ass 45 did well during the debate was fucking lie his ass off. Our allies and our enemies saw the fat ass mocking not only the debate rules, but also our democracy as he dug his heels in on his refusal to say he will accept the outcome of the 2020 election, while allies likely watched in dismay and probably continue to worry about how to fill the void left by a lack of a competent U.S. leadership. Our enemies have cause to rejoice. Fat Ass 45's behavior has been a critical contribution to Russia's mission to undermine the U.S.-led world order and what Fat Ass 45's own White House has described as the Chinese Communist Party's goals of discrediting democracy. The Chinese just have to re-air Fat Ass 45's debate debacle and U.S. democracy is discredited. The Fat Ass's interruptions, lies, and disjointed thoughts don't paint a picture of a sane global leader. They paint a picture of a maniac who has access to the nuclear codes. After watching that debate, not to mention witnessing the past almost 4 years of his failed squadancy, the idea that Fat Ass 45 is the man whom Americans elected to lead the nation, technically we didn't elect him, um, um, is a major self-inflicted blow to any fantasy of the United States as a global leader. Rebel powers like Russia and China probably cheered throughout those painful 90-plus minutes because Fat Ass 45 was the poster child for further propaganda about a democratic decay. But it wasn't just Fat Ass 45's attitude Tuesday night that was dangerous, it was also his rhetoric. As an American, a security analyst, and the supposed daughter of a Holocaust survivor, the person that's writing this article is, Fat Ass 45's rhetoric on white supremacy was one of the most sickening things I have listened to. Not only did he fail to forcefully condemn white supremacy when explicitly pressed by the moderator, he essentially issued a call to action by telling the Proud Boys, a far Republican group that the Anti-Defamation League calls misogynistic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and anti-immigrant, to stand back and stand by. The Proud Boys took note and reportedly celebrated his words after the debate. Fat Ass 45's son, Dumbass Jr., and his campaign aide, Fat Fuck Miller, said that Fat Ass 45 had misspoken. No, he didn't. This isn't the first time that Fat Ass 45 has failed to condemn white supremacists, nor is it the first time that he has fanned the flames when it comes to dangerous domestic threats. FBI Director Christopher Wray recently had testified that within the category of domestic terrorism, racially motivated violent extremists, especially white supremacist threats, is the biggest bucket that the FBI works on. Yet with the perceived endorsement from the Fat Ass, the Proud Boys could very well accelerate their disgusting violent activities. To put it plainly, Fat Ass 45 undercut law and order and law enforcement by potentially raising a domestic terrorism threat with his rhetoric during the debate. But the Proud Boys likely weren't the only ones proud of the Fat Ass last night. Russia's Vladimir Putin probably was too. The Fat Ass's inaccurate comments on election integrity sounded like a public service announcement that was written out by the Kremlin. When pressed on the facts about mail-in voting, Fat Ass 45 lied and spread conspiracy theories despite the warning from the FBI and Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Agency that foreign actors and cyber criminals are doubling down on spreading disinformation about the elections. Wray even specifically said that he worries that misinformation could contribute to Americans losing confidence in the election. Fat Ass 45 was more than a megaphone for such misinformation during that night. With all the access he has to U.S. intelligence, not to mention the fact that Russia disinformation efforts are public information, Fat Ass 45 should know that he's helping Putin attack the United States, but he doesn't seem to give a shit. While debates have historically been a key opportunity for Americans to hear for candidates, we can't call this engagement a debate. It was flat out a national security disaster. Yeah, but that was true. So if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Random Mike, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And then thanks for listening.